Pollution due to industries by Samanyu Mongalgi. Industrial pollution. Industrial pollution is the pollution which can be directly linked with industries. This form of pollution is one of the leading causes of pollution worldwide. Industrial activities are a major source of air, water, and land pollution, leading to illness and loss of life all over the world. Burning coal, burning fossil fuels like oil, natural gas, and petroleum, chemical solvents used in dyeing and tanning industries, untreated gas, and liquid waste being released into the environment are main things which cause industrial pollution. Types of pollution due to industries: water pollution, air pollution. Water pollution. Wastewater from manufacturing of chemical processes in industries contribute to water pollution. Industrial waste water usually contains specific and readily identifiable chemical compounds. Water pollution is concentrated with a few subsectors, mainly in the form of toxic wastes and organic pollutants. Industries causing water pollution. The main industries which cause water pollution are paper, pulp, chemical, textile and dyeing, petroleum refineries, tanneries and electroplating industries that let out dyes, detergent, acids, salts and heavy metals like lead and mercury, pesticides, fertilizers, synthetic chemicals with carbon, plastics and carbon, rubber, etc. into the water bodies cause a lot of harm to the organisms who live in it and make the water unable to drink. Diseases caused by water pollution. Water pollution can spread epidemic diseases like cholera, dysentery, typhoid, diarrhea, etc. Water contaminated with mercury causes minimata disease, and the water contaminated with fibers of asbestos can cause lung cancer. Polluted groundwater used for irrigation damages crops. Damages caused to aquatic life. Polluted water of rivers, canals and oceans cause death of aquatic life. Polluted water can make the soil saline or alkaline. Aquatic life forms mainly suffer because of water pollution because of loss of enough amount of fresh dissolved oxygen in water bodies due to raised volume of toxicity and the water toxicity which is result of water pollution leads to death of aquatic life forms. How to prevent water pollution? Various measures have been recommended to check water pollution. The industrial waste should be collected from source and managed on scientific basis. The industries should be provided waste treatment facilities. Big industries should be asked to reuse its liquid waste after treatment. Big industries should be covered by legislative measures, that is, effective implementation of laws. Environmental understanding and awareness should be promoted at all levels of society. What did India do to prevent water pollution? Water Act 1974. The Government of India enacted the Water Act in 1974 to check water pollution. It was amended in 1988. Ganga Action Plan was launched in 1986 to clean its water. Treatment plants have been set up in many cities located on the bank of Ganga River. Other schemes like Clean Yamuna River, Brahmaputra Commission, etc. are in planning stages. Water conservation. I hope you have understood how can industries prevent water pollution and what Indian government did to prevent water pollution, but along with that, you also need to conserve water so our generation ahead of us can also use water. The image beside will tell you why you need to conserve water. Why it's important to conserve water. To guard against rising costs and potential conflict, to prepare for future droughts, to preserve the environment, to make water available for recreational purposes, to strengthen communities. Here is an image explaining water pollution. Fun facts about water pollution. Interesting. Fresh water on Earth is only 2.5% of the total water when 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water. Around 70% of industrial waste is dumped to water. 80% of the water pollution is caused due to domestic sewage. The contaminated water is main cause of various diseases such as cholera and typhus. 15 million children under the age of 5 years die every year from diseases caused by drinking contaminated water. On average, 250 million people succumb each year from diseases caused by contaminated water, while according to World Health Organization and UNICEF, almost 2.5 billion people lack access to valuable health conditions. The nuclear crisis created by the tsunami of 2011 unleashed 11 million liters of radioactive water into the Pacific Ocean. The same tsunami debris created islands totaling 70 kilometers in length which float in the ocean. Asia has the highest number of contaminated rivers that any other continent, mainly of bacteria from human waste. Air pollution. Our atmosphere gets polluted when it contains poisonous gases. The polluted air is harmful for us. The industries emit many types of gases which cause not only air pollution but change the composition of atmosphere. Also, pollutants are generated by industries in large quantities. Industries causing air pollution. Aside from energy production, the main industrial sectors responsible for air pollution are the petrochemical industries, the chemical industries, the mineral industries, mining and quarrying, and the metal production and processing industries, as well as additional activities associated with waste treatment. Airborne nitrogen pollution is one of the most damaging effects of all industrial activities. Pollutants, air pollution. Pollutants are formed by burning of coal, combustion of oil, use of chemicals, smelting oil, refining, etc. Major air pollutants are nitrogen oxide, combustion of oil, sulfur dioxide, burning of coal, carbon monoxide, combustion of oil, lead oxide, automobiles, and particulate matter, dust, smoke, fumes, bacteria, etc. Acid rain also pollutes air. Air pollution effect on us. Air pollution, the silent killer. Considering the adverse effect of air pollution, it is necessary to take some steps to reduce its effects. Air pollution, world's largest killer, responsible for thousands of deaths worldwide every year. Stroke, heart disease, lung cancer, and both chronic and acute respiratory diseases including asthma. Air pollution is a complicated process. Its effects on health can be easily understood, but it's difficult to establish the degree of relationship between air pollution and illness. Its simple effects are irritation of eyes, nose, and throat, discomfort of dizziness, nausea, vomiting, breathing trouble, etc. When the exposure is prolonged, the pollutants penetrate deep into the body and cause asthma, bronchitis, lung cancer, internal bleeding, blockage of respiratory system, etc. Severe effects include the damage of brain and functioning of kidneys. Measures. It is virtually impossible to eliminate entirely all man-made emissions of gases into the atmosphere. It is more sensible to aim at reduction of the pollutants to a point so that serious adverse effects are eliminated. Two types of air quality control measures can be adopted: remedial measures, legislative measures. Remedial measures. Who is most impacted by air pollution? Children. Pneumonia is the leading cause of death in children under 5 years of age. Air pollution is a major risk factor. Women. Women working in smoky kitchens are exposed to high levels of household air pollution. Outdoor workers. People who work outdoors, such as street vendors and traffic officers, are affected by air pollution. The following remedial measures can be taken. Obsolete machinery should be replaced. Air treatment plants should be given. More importance should be given to alternative energy resources. The use of wind and solar energy in industry should be encouraged. Fabric filters and bag filters should be used in industries. Electrostatic precipitators (ESP) should be installed on chimneys emitting smoke. Sulfur dioxide produced by combustion of fossil fuels can be removed from gases by flue gas sulfurization method. Height of chimneys in factories should be raised. Legislative measures. Air pollution can be checked by introducing law and strict enforcement of laws. In India, Air Act was enacted in 1981 to prevent and control air pollution and improve the quality of air. It was amended later to make it more effective. Air pollution caused by us. Each car on the road is adding pollutants to the air. Air pollution is not only by industries, it is caused by us also. We cause air pollution directly through our use of electricity, fuels, and transportation. Most of this air pollution we cause results from the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, natural gas, and gasoline to produce electricity and power our vehicles. Here is an image explaining air pollution. Fun facts about air pollution. Air pollution kills 800 people every hour or 13 every minute, counting for more than 3 times the amount of people who die from malaria, tuberculosis, and AIDS combined each year. Some of the same pollutants contribute to both climate change and local air pollution, including black carbon or soot produced of inefficient combustions in sources like cook stoves and diesel engines, and methane. The 5 main sources of air pollution are indoor burning of fossil fuels, wood, and other biomass to cook, heat, and light homes. Industries including power generation such as coal-fired plants and diesel generators, transport especially vehicles with diesel engine, agriculture including livestock which produce methane and ammonia, rice paddies which produce methane, and the burning of agriculture waste and open waste burning and organic waste in landfills. Household air pollution caused about 3.8 million premature deaths each year, the vast majority of them in the developing world, and about 60% of those deaths are among women and children. 93% of children worldwide live in areas where air pollution exceeds WHO's guidelines, with 600,000 children under 15 dying from respiratory tract infections in 2016. Air pollution is responsible for 26% of deaths from ischemic heart disease, 24% of death from strokes, 43% from chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, and 29% from lung cancer. In children, it is associated with low birth weight, asthma, childhood cancers, obesity, poor lung development, and autism, among other health effects. 97% of cities in low and middle income countries with more than 100,000 inhabitants do not meet the WHO's minimum air quality levels, and in high income countries, 29% of cities fall short of guidelines. About 25% of urban ambient air pollution from the fine particulate matter is contributed by traffic, 20% by domestic fuel burning, and 15% by industrial activities including electricity generations. 9. Keeping global warming well below 2 degrees Celsius, 3.6 Fahrenheit, as government have pledged to do under the 2015 Paris Agreement, could save about 1 million lives a year by 2050 through reducing air pollution alone. Last one. In the 15 countries that emit the most planet-warming gases, the cost of air pollution for public health is estimated at more than 4% of GDP. In comparison, keeping warming to the Paris Agreement temperature limits would require investing about 1,000 of global GDP. The end. Thank you.